All right, guys, complete the table. What we're doing is we're throwing two dice and we're adding the dice together. That's 7 and 8. I think it's pretty easy that you just fill in the number that's in between because it's addition. Addition is a very easy one to do. So there you go. You've completed the table. Happy days. Give me some marks. Hey, I was expected to do that. Now, there's 6 outcomes from the first dice throw and there's 6 outcomes from the second dice throw. How many outcomes is there in total? Anybody? There's 36 outcomes. Do you see all the white ones, not the grey ones? See all the white ones? That's 36 different outcomes when you add the two dice together. All right. Now, find the probability again is 7 or, what does or mean? Multiply or add? It means add. So you ever see or in probability, it means add. So how many 7s do you see? That's 6 7s and how many 11s? 2. And you add them together. Because it'll technically be it'd be 6 out of 36 for the 7 plus 2 out of 36 for the 11, which will give you 8 out of. I've lost marks. Anybody care to tell me where? Divided by 4, is it? How much have we divided by 4? 2 out of 9. We all okay with that? Okay. Now let's go on. Find the probability of getting a total which is a prime number. All right, what are prime numbers again? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Okay, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Everybody cool with 15? All good? 15 out of 36. All right, that's easy money. Let's keep going. The card distributor sells Ford and Renault cars. He has 30 cars for sale on a particular day, 18 are Ford and 12 are Renault cars. 7 of the Ford cars are red and 4 of the Renault cars are red. One of the 30 cars is chosen at random. One, the probability that the car chosen is a Ford. Yes. Oh, thank you. So 5 out of 12. Thank you. A car distributor sells Ford and Renault cars. Okay, so I'm sort of going to draw myself a rough diagram of what's going on. Okay, so he has Ford and Renaults. Okay, so 18 Fords and I need a different. Do you know why do you know why they're using red? I need something to represent Renault. In Formula One, they're called Alpine, so I'm just going to call it Alpine for me. Is that right with you guys? A is Renault, okay, because R is going to be represent red for me. You get what I'm saying? So I needed to change up the letters. Now, 7 of the 4 cars are red, so it's 7 red and 11 other colours. Is that right? And then what about the 12 Renaults? 4 red cars and 8 others, or 8 coloured cars, different colours. Okay. One of the 30 cars is chosen at random. What's the probability that the car chosen is a Ford car? How many cars are Fords? Huh? 18 Fords. So the 18 Fords counts. So that's 18 Fords. Or a car which is not red. So all the Ford cards are sorted. See all this? That's all included. Done. I have to choose all 18. What do I need to choose then? A car which is not? Which one's that? The 8. The 18 plus the 8? 26 out of how many cars? So 13 out of 15. Is that okay? All right, not bad. I had to draw myself a little diagram to get that into my head. Okay, you all good? All right, let's move on. Question 3. All right, does anybody remember how we do these ones? You're going to use a box system. How many letters is there in total? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. How many letters can I put in the first box? Have a choice of 7 letters. For argument's sake, imagine I picked O. How many letters are left to choose for the second box? For argument's sake, I chose R. How many are left for the third box? 5. And then we get the gist, don't we? 4, 3, 2, 1. Is there a quick way of doing that in the calculator? Anybody remember? 7 exclamation mark. And what is 7 exclamation mark? Oh, yeah, but let me know the answer though. 5040 sounds correct. It is, yeah. For those of you at home, no doubt listening to me, because it's probably if it even starts in a week's time. Well, it's 1040 or 5040. Okay, and that's the exclamation mark right there. Get. All right. Three letters. How do we do three letters then? How many choices do you have for your first letter? Second letter? Third letter? 210? Yeah, it's handy. Okay, shall we move on? Okay, looks like an expected value question. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to calculate the odds. So every sector has a different angle. So for example, see this green sector here, which is 90 degrees? That's one of the larger sections, isn't it? So what's 90 over 360? 90 over 360, lads? A quarter. It has a quarter chance of landing on that. See this red section, which is 72 degrees? What's 72 over 360? Yeah, there you go, a fifth. Everybody gets the gist. Whatever angle they give you, divide it by 360. So 1/12, 1/6, 1/20th. And the last one is 1 over 8. You okay with that? Whatever angle they give us, I'm just dividing by 360. Now, done. Does everybody remember how to do the expected value? Anybody have any ideas? Multiply the probability by the by the outcome. Yep. So it's going to be 1/5. Your best to write out and not just write down the answer. Okay, so your best to show the work. So you're going to show this. 6 times. You can put it all into the calculator if you want. For me, I think it's almost harder to put it all into the calculator in this particular question. And then what's a 1/8 of 48? Sorry about the lack of space in the corner there. Okay, I'm going to go really quickly. A 5th of 20 is 4. A 12th of 60 is 5. An 8th of 24 is 3. A quarter of 8 is 2. A 6th of 42 is 7. This one's the awkward one. I think it's €4.50. €4.50. And then €6. Then we're going to add them all together. 9, 12, 14, 21, 27. I got €31.50. Anybody match me with that? We all good? All right, let's move on. Okay. Was that the last question on that one? Not bad. All right. What does it want from us? Wants the area of? I see. Wants the area of the smaller square in the middle, yeah? So we're going to use Pythagoras' theorem. See why that's 2 and that's 5? We're going to find out the length x. Everybody happy with the length x? So we're going to say x, yep. Yep. 29. X equals square root of 29. So root 29 is both the length and the width because it's a square. And what's area of a square again? Anybody? Yeah, root 29 multiplied by another root 29, which is quite simply. Now, if it was in a test, I'd want to try and remind myself to put down the units. Right? Put down the units every time if you can. that cool, you guys? And we get it? All right. Now, drive on. This one. All right, what's the circumference again? Let me tell you what circumference is. Length all the way around. If I ask you to run a lap of a circle, I'm asking you to do a lap of the circumference. So if I ask you to run around the distance of the outside circle, you're doing the circumference, okay? And it says leave it in terms of pi. You go to page 9 or 10 of your notes and you'll find out that L equals 2 pi r. And then L therefore equals 2 pi times 6, which is 12 pi centimeters. And for the shorter one, what do we reckon? Yeah, it's just 8 pi. It's 2 pi times 4, which is 8 pi centimeters. We okay with that? All right. We're in contact with each other, and the big one is rotating 100 times, and we want to figure out how much the small wheel makes when it completes. How many rotations you would make. Now, do you know what it is? I'll give you an example, right? If you have a bike wheel, and for argument's sake, your bike wheel has a circumference of, what'd be a good circumference for a bike wheel? I'll go 100 centimeters, okay? Is everybody happy that I'm talking about the circumference? If my bike wheel rotates, for argument's sake, 50 times, how far have I traveled? If it rotates 50 times. 50 multiplied by 100 centimeters. Does that make sense? And 100 centimeters is actually a meter, so it would be 50 meters. Is that okay with you guys? Now, this is the same deal. Because the two circles are in contact with each other, whatever distance the big circle travels, the small circle also has to travel the same amount. So 100 rotations of 12 pi. So what's 100 rotations of 12 pi? Yeah. Now, are we expecting the smaller circle to have more or less rotations than 100? It has to be more because it's a smaller circle. You ever see the small wheels to be going crazy and the big wheel just be spinning a lot slower, okay? So we're going to get our 1200 and we're going to divide it by 8 pi. Yeah, 150 revs for that. 150 revolutions. All right, good job. Move on. All right. Here's